The Pueblo Revolt, August 10, 1680.
The Pueblo Indians had lived in New Mexico for hundreds of years. The first major Spanish conquistador, Coronado, arrived in New Mexico in 1540. In 1598, the first Spanish settlement in New Mexico was established by Don Juan de Oñate. Some of the major causes of the revolt include the Spanish mistreated the Pueblo Indians by forcing them to work and demanding a tribute. In addition, the Spanish arrested 47 Pueblo medicine men. Also, the Spanish tried to Christianize the Indians. Finally, the Spanish and Indian cultures clashed. The day chosen for the revolt was August 11, 1680. To tell each Pueblo the date, runners carried knotted yucca cords to the Pueblos that were uniting against the Spanish. Each day, a knot would be untied. The number of knots left would be the amount of days until the revolt. Even though the Pueblo Indians tried as hard as possible to keep the revolt a secret, some Pueblo Spanish settlers learned about the plans for the revolt on August 9th. However, the Spanish got the date wrong. The Indians attacked before the settlers could find defense for themselves. Since the Pueblo Indians knew that the Spaniards had learned of their plans, they began the revolt before August 11th. One Spaniard was killed on August 9th. The full fury of the revolt began on August 10th. Everywhere the Indians attacked, there was great loss. The Tesuque people killed 30 Spanish settlers living nearby. The Indians from Taos killed about 70 Spaniards during the revolt. Settlers who lived in the area of Rio Arriba suffered the greatest losses. The Rio Abajo settlers also suffered great loss of life and property. The survivors from Rio Abajo found a way out of the fighting, and more than 1,000 refugees gathered at Isleta. During this time, fighting in the north centered around Santa Fe. By August 15th, the Indians had Santa Fe surrounded, but the Spaniards did not give up. On August 22nd, Governor Otterman decided to give up Santa Fe. The Spaniards left Santa Fe and headed south. The Spanish march down the Rio Grande was slow. When they arrived in El Paso, they settled and built new homes. Governor Otterman awaited orders on to reconquer New Mexico or not. After the Pueblo Revolt, some changes occurred for both the Spanish and the Pueblo Indians. Some of the changes that occurred for the Pueblo Indians include churches being burned and kivas reopened. Also, only the crops that weren't brought by the Spanish could be grown. In addition, the speaking of Spanish was outlawed, and each Pueblo once again became a separate unit. Some changes for the Spaniards included that Otterman did not reconquer New Mexico, and 2 other expeditions in the 1680s also met Indian opposition. In addition, Otterman got some Indians friendly to the Spaniards to join him in El Paso.